Hello, my name is Anisha Freeman. I'm also known as the locksmith because I make keys for people who are locked up in their minds. I'm sitting here in my kitchen, which happens to be one of my favorite workstations in my house, and I decided to take a short break and make another video about one of the chapters in my book. I say another video because I've already made several and uploaded them to my YouTube channel. The name of my book is What's Really Going On, and it contains 31 articles that have been featured in my bi-weekly column in the Grand Rapids Times. Each article is written in the vein of cognitive restructuring. Most of the articles in the book are written from the spiritual perspective. There are several articles that might appeal to a secular audience, but most of my articles are written from the spiritual perspective. So today I want to talk about the chapter entitled Focus is a Weapon. And that particular chapter is part 6 in the Matrix series. 8 of the articles in my book are based on different scenes from the movie The Matrix. So when I talk to people about the movie The Matrix, it happens to be one of my favorite movies, a lot of people are under the impression that it was simply a karate flick, but it was so much more than that. It's an awesome analogy about what's really going on in society today from the spiritual perspective. Morpheus, who happens to be one of the main characters in the movie, he defined the Matrix as the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you to the truth. So in this particular scene that I based this chapter in my book on, another one of the characters by the name of Trinity finds herself in a dilemma. She's in a room that was supposed to be an exit from one realm to the next, but it was actually a trap. She had been set up by someone on her team. So she's on the phone with Morpheus, who happens to be her leader, and she's explaining her dilemma to him. Morpheus lets her know that he's aware of her situation. He was very calm about it. He wasn't like, "Oh no, you've been set up. What are we going to do?" He was very calm. He said, "Yes, but you need to get to another exit." He was telling her, okay, you're in a trap, but you need to get out of the trap and go to another place that's going to help you get from point A to point B, which is the next round. So Trinity had a question for him. She said, "Are there agents?" And Morpheus answered her just as calm, "Yes, you have to focus." So I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, that focus is a weapon. See, when Trinity asked Morpheus, were there agents, she was asking him, as I journey to this next exit that's going to help me get from point A to point B, that's going to take me into the next realm, will I face adversity, opposition, obstacles? And her mentor let her know, yes, but you have to focus. He didn't tell her use karate chop 12 or use pistol A and B, because she had pistols on her. She pulls them out in another scene. She had been trained in karate moves. But he didn't tell her to use this strategy or that strategy. He said, focus. He was confident that Trinity had everything she needed to deal with the adversity and opposition she was going to face on her journey if she focused. So if focus is a weapon, so are distractions. And that's what I talk about in this particular chapter in my book. I talk about various types of distractions. One type of distraction that we talk about is positive endeavors. So a lot of times when people have a goal that they've decided they're going to focus on, here comes some positive endeavors to act as distractions. So say, for instance, you decide that you're going to go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse or an engineer. And here comes all these opportunities. which could actually be another word for distractions in certain cases, if it's not applicable to the goal. So if I am going to medical school, I really might not have time to be on 17 committees in the church or 5 community boards, especially not if I am a wife, a mother, because I have to divide my time and my focus between school and my family. Now let's add work. Say I'm a wife and a mother and I work, and then I'm going to go to school. So where do I have all this extra time for all these wonderful community events and boards and committees at the church? Focus is a weapon. And so a lot of people may say you should be able to juggle all that, but that's an unrealistic expectation. And you have to look at the long-term benefit. So if I am a person who works for the kingdom of God, and I'm assigned to the medical industry, me focusing on school for the amount of time I need to focus is going to help a lot of people. Potentially thousands or millions of people. I may come up with a cure for cancer or something, but I need to focus, and I need to focus for a long time on a specific goal. So that's one type of distractions. All these good ideals, but they're not a God ideal. And so another type of distraction I talk about in that chapter is negative distractions. So say a person is in a dysfunctional relationship with an abusive significant other. So they're trying to accomplish a goal, but they have to spend a half an hour explaining why it took them 6 minutes to go to the store when this abusive significant other have timed their journey at 5 minutes. Come on now. These types of things happen. Or I need to explain to you why I accidentally put the toilet paper on the roll so that it rolls over instead of under. So now we have to have a 2-hour lecture on how to put the toilet paper on the roll appropriately because I'm in a dysfunctional relationship with a very critical, nitpicky perfectionist. That's a distraction in 2 hours. And no, literally, some arguments can go on for 2 hours. Okay. I could have read a chapter in my book, started a paper, put dinner in the oven, and put a load of clothes in the washing machine and set the timer. Okay? Focus is a weapon. But when I start getting caught up with all of these distractions, that's a trick. That's the hocus pocus distract and defocus trick. Also known as the hocus pocus switch the focus. Kind of like if you decide you want to lose weight. So you go to work and you're determined, you have your healthy snacks in a little container and you have your healthy lunch with you and you set up your time where you're going to go to gym right after work. And the first day of your new healthy eating regimen, the most antisocial, stingiest person in the office decides to come in with a dozen donuts from a world-class bakery that they had to drive half an hour to get to. And they stop by your desk first with the box of donuts. Focus is a weapon, okay? And so in my chapter, I talk about the various types of distractions and how they hurt people. And there's a quote, one of my favorite, I didn't use this particular quote in my chapter. I have several quotes, but this particular quote is by Mike Murdock. Mike Murdock says that people fail because of broken focus. He says that's the main reason people fail, because of broken focus. So, ladies and gentlemen, focus is a weapon, and so are distractions. So I close that particular chapter in my book with a quote by Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee says, "The successful warrior is the average man or woman with laser-like focus." So this is my book. It's available on Amazon in ebook and paperback format, and you can also purchase it on my website. My website is anishaconsulting.com. Anisha is spelled Annessia. AnishaConsulting.com. Thank you.